every election cycle, politicians immediately begin to strategize for the next one. But the average Nigerian voter, we wait till campaign season to see what parties throw at us. Then we start saying, Atiku no good though. Obi Sef is not different. Tinubu is not that fine. In the last 6 months alone, we've seen major defections, all moving from one party or the other to the APC. Alliances are quietly forming, and politicians are already positioning themselves ahead of 2027. Even against the laws of the land, these politicians have gone ahead to begin campaigns. So I ask, if they can defect, align, and campaign, what's stopping you from getting involved now? If they can plan years ahead, why can't citizens do the same? Democracy doesn't thrive on apathy. It thrives when citizens show up to speak, to vote, to demand better. Right now, INEC, that's the Independent National Electoral Commission, has reopened its continuous voter registration. This is a fresh window for Nigerians, especially first-time voters, to step forward and secure the most powerful tool of citizenship, which is the permanent voter's card. This is not just about those registering for the first time. The CVR, which is the continuous voter registration, covers everyone. Young Nigerians turning 18, those who have moved and need to transfer polling units, citizens who need to replace lost or damaged PVCs, or simply those who never collected their cards. INEC has even made it easier. Start online at cvr.inecnigeria.org, then complete biometrics at your nearest INEC center. There's no excuses. Politicians are not waiting for you. They are already moving chess pieces across the board. They don't fight for their belly. The only way to meet them is to be just as prepared, just as organized, and even more involved. The focus cannot only be on the center. Get involved locally and hold them all accountable. Do not wait for the campaign season. Don't wait for handouts. Don't sit this one out. Register now, update now, and collect now. The Nigeria you want won't be handed to you. We have to claim it.
Timely topic. It's important. We're getting ready for campaign season, where we know what happens. Politicians do what politicians do, and then we all just watch them. So you make a very critical point that we should all get involved and we should start at the registration point. And I agree with you, absolutely. The challenge I have is when you look at the data from the past few elections, it begins to tell us that the issue is not registration. The issue is just people don't vote. I mean, in 2023 elections, for instance, we had registered voters of over 93 million people, and only 25 million of them voted. That's a percentage of 27% of registered voters. So the question for me is, why are people not voting? And it's not the case of whether they don't want to vote. I think that the process of registration, the positioning of registration, the way it's done, makes it difficult. For instance, I am registered to vote somewhere in Maryland, and I live somewhere in Lekki. And the day of the elections, it is roads are closed. I can't move. So why will I risk my life moving from Lekki to Maryland because I want to vote? I'll just sit down in my house. But there's even restricted movement. Restricted movement. How are you going to do it? So I think that we should look beyond just the registered number, because we have the registered voter number, just that people are not voting. To begin to look at why are people not voting? Is it because they don't really want to vote, or because the system itself makes it difficult for them to vote?
The thing about voting also, first of all, you now have to go in the morning, do for your name, then you come back to come and vote. Why can't we do everything together? Just do your accreditation here, move here, vote, go for the rest of the day, don't come back. But this idea of you come in the morning, you queue for accreditation, you go away, and then you come back, it's laborious. Why can't we do everything once and for all and then go home? Why do I have to bring mats and chessboard and everything to stay there forever for the rest of the day?
When educated Nigerians really understand how this works, they would realize that they have a major role to play to change it. Like you said in your advocacy, you said the only way to meet them is to be just as prepared, just as organized, even more involved. How many people do you think understand how governance affects them in Nigeria? Look at the numbers first. I mean, that's the first thing we do. How many people do you think, we have a proper board and we break it down. How many people do you think understand how governance affects them? How the president or the legislative or the...
Even the local government champion.
They don't know. I can tell my mom doesn't know. I bring it home. She has no clue. The second thing is how many people are educated enough to be able to go through that process. First of all, if I don't see the outcome of this whole thing, why would I be interested to go through this long process that Yinka just explained? What is the outcome for me? What's the benefit? There's no point. So you look at a country that's 250 million people approximately, and the number of people that decided the president is 8-point-something million. That's 4% of the entire population. And we call that democracy. The thing that we have to do is the people who are, like Yinka said, it's not registration, it's education. People need to be educated. That the reason why you don't even understand or feel the outcome of the government is because of this, and this. People that are educated have to organize themselves and go to these communities, because at the end of the day, they are the one that decides. If the politicians go there and say, oh, take 10,000 naira, they know that 10,000 naira can feed them today. They don't understand the outcome of tomorrow or next week or next year. They take that 10K and they do exactly what that politician says. So until we that are educated, we that are exposed, go down to the grassroots and educate them and make them understand that if you do this and this and this, this can change. If you can, this is what you can do to hold your leader accountable. Then we can start getting more results. This second thing for me is, why is it that we're not letting diasporans vote?
Very, very important.
I don't understand why. They are a huge part of the economy. They are very educated, they're very enlightened. There's a huge number of them. Why are we not letting them vote?
And they contribute to the revenue.
Massively. Why are we not letting them vote? Because we know that if they get involved, the numbers will shift. So at the end of the day, are the politicians, do they really want change, or are they benefiting from the current system? Are they making it difficult for the people who can make the decision to have the right leaders in position? Are they intentionally making it difficult for them?
I like Bryce's perspective about low education, which is, as an educator, that's the part that perspectives I'm coming from. A lot of our teachers don't even know these things, so they can't even pass it on. So a lot of things are not understood. So to be a teacher these days, you only need 100 points. Jam points to be a teacher. A lot of these things are not understood, and a lot of people also don't believe in the system. So one thing is you don't understand it, then you don't believe it. You don't believe that if I vote, it's going to make any difference. You believe that it's going to be rigged anyway. So a lot of people don't even. I've heard it. I've heard people in my own sphere of influence like, even if you vote and this person wins, they're still going to, change whatever it is. So also, it's a bit convoluted. The voting process is quite convoluted. If you can make it a bit seamless, if you can vote online, I think we'll begin to drive a bit more change when it comes to the election.
Yes, and I like that you wrote in your monologue that democracy doesn't thrive on apathy, and that we don't sit this one out. It's easy to just arrive at that point, like, what's the point? Whether we vote or not, they are still going to get there. If they don't get there by rigging the election, they're going to use the courts anyway. So I'm going to sit at home. But you've asked us not to sit it out. I hope that more Nigerians will decide to not sit it out, because I have something to say regarding that.
All right. Thank you so much, Funke. The game is on, people. Let's put aside complaining and strike whilst the iron is hot.
Elsie, certainly you and I got the memo. Empowerment is about rising to the moment and taking the action